Tykes TV. So, last game of the season coming up on Sunday. So, we've come down to see what Steve thinks. I know he's nervous. He's been telling me he's quite nervous looking at going into the game. So, can you see us doing it, Steve? Great Escape Part 2?
I think, to be honest, I think we'll get beat. So, I'm hoping other two lose. Or Bolton can draw, can't they? And we can stop up on goal difference.
It would have been negative or just realistic? You'd be realistic in it. Your head saying we'll lose.
My head tells me best we can get's a draw. Good side Derby. But you never know. You never know on day. I prefer it being at home, like. It's going to be a nervy afternoon. Well, dinner time, innit, kick-off, so nervy afternoon.
In all fairness, though, you look at it, we've actually done decent against the sides upper towards playoffs and that than we have against them who are around us.
We have, because they let you play, don't they? But they've got some quality players and it's going to be difficult. If we play like we did Saturday, just a bit better than Saturday, obviously. We've got to be more clinical, obviously. Chances we miss Saturday, you've got to take them on Sunday.
Yeah.
With half a chance. Obviously, Derby only need a point for playoffs. It'd have been nice if they were already in. Because you never know, they might have rested a few of the best players for playoffs.
It could have opposite effect, though, that, can't it? Because they can also want to win to actually keep momentum going.
Yeah, there's that. You'd like to think, if I were Derby, like, you play your strongest... obviously, they're going to play the strongest side now, but if they'd have already been in playoffs, yeah, momentum going into playoffs, because playoffs will be Thursday. First leg, I should imagine. So, looking at the table, I don't know who they're going to get. As it stands now, like, it's either Fulham or Cardiff. Cardiff's...
Thing is, as well, do you know what makes it even harder is that I mean, if we're winning, it's not too bad about results, is it? But if say Preston are beating Burton and Derby are drawing, Derby are going to want to come at us, aren't they? Because that'll be them out at playoffs.
Well, no, they can take a draw. Derby can take a draw, can't they? The goal difference is 10 goals.
Is it 10, something like that, isn't it? I can't...
Derby's 9 in front of Preston. So, Derby can take a draw. Ideal scenario is if that's the case and Preston's beating Burton and obviously Bolton are losing with Forest, we're safe, aren't we? But if they're obviously scores are going to change throughout. It's going to be like Huddersfield again.
Yeah, Gareth said that on Saturday in Tykes Bar. He said he can see it. In fact, he said a few weeks ago he could see it being another Huddersfield 2013.
Yeah, well,
the difference with that is actually that season we deserved to stop up that season as well, didn't we? Like this season's just been drab, hasn't it?
Well, from under Flitcroft, players give their all that season, didn't they? I mean, we've only had about 3 or 4. I mean, Saturday, Bristol City, Sheffield at home. Played well in all them games. As last few away games, Ipswich, Forest have been dire, absolutely dire. Games what you thought we could take points from, and we wouldn't have been in this situation now.
No, well, it's not just them games though. Earlier on in season, QPR will do that as well when season finishes. We'll reflect on wherever we are, and what could have been and what might not have been, and all stuff like that. But if we do stay up, would you like to see Mariah stop, or would you get somebody else? Because I feel as if, I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm not sitting out fence, but I want to give him a chance, and because I've never liked to see managers sacked, so I'd like to see him maybe have his first window and see where it can go from there.
I'm a bit like that. No, I think we need a new manager. I don't know. Yeah, these are none of his players, but some of his tactics and substitutions, I feel under another manager who were experienced in this league, we wouldn't have been in this situation. I do. I know people will throw back at me, well, look at Sheffield, Bristol, Saturday, blah, blah, blah. We got them. But I'll throw it back at them. But other games, when we should have got them, but he was reluctant to change, or his substitutions were. Like at Leeds, for example, he should have left Maloney on. He brought more on than he should have left Maloney on, who were playing all right. And then at Forest on Tuesday, he left Maloney out, Yidam out, Friars. In fact, made 6 changes with the one no need. Yeah. The one no need. It was that. I know you can look back on all other games, but that Forest game, in this present situation, was the big game where we needed to go and get something from. Or 8 people saying if we'd have bet Bolton, yeah, but Bolton, we didn't lose to them, so they didn't get away. I know what they're saying, like, but that Forest game, what big game for me, and we fell short.
And it were a disappointing performance as well. So, who would you like to see come in? Or is that just a daft question? Yeah, it'd probably be Mick McCarthy, wouldn't it, like everybody else? In fact, you wanted him, didn't you, when Eki left? Yeah. I don't know, because I think as well with his tactics and that, I think he's trying to implement stuff into these players that simply aren't good enough to follow what he's trying to do. So give him a window and see what he can do. But I can also understand other fans not wanting him to stay as well because of stuff that he's done. But more on Sunday, of course. I mean, what can we? I mean, you've said you don't think we'll win, but hey, you never know, do you? You never know. It's final day of season.
Listen, Derby's it's going to be a full house. They're going to be under pressure. The fault at last 2 or 3 years, haven't they, missed out on playoffs? You know what I mean? So they're going to be thinking, oh no, not again, not again. So because some of the players will have played in all them last 2 or 3 years. So that goes through their minds. They're all human after all. It's just, I don't know. I just don't know. It's in my head that it's going to be like Forest again, and we're going to go down with a whimper, and then reflect on what could have been. But like I said, if Burton and Bolton lose, I don't care. So.
Because that meant no difference. Can you see that happening, actually? All 3 of us losing and no changing at all?
Well, I can see. But I mean, Burton's just won the last 3, so their players must be on so much of an high. They'll think to the end, we're going to Preston and winning. That's what they'll be 10 foot tall. Their players. Now Bolton, their form's been patchy to say at least. They've got easiest game, haven't they? Forest, who's not to play for, but we thought that other week. And Forest teams, they're in the wrong place in table to start with. They've just been mismanaged this season. In the last couple of years, they're a big club. They've got some big players. And on the day they can beat anybody, they play decent football. Will the players be on beach? They want against us, obviously. No. So hopefully they'll be professional about it and get the job done. But we can't be relying on them, can we? We've got to do our own thing. We can't rely on them, and that's why I kept saying it last few weeks. You've got to keep it in your own hands, and then if you go down, you can just say at least, well, it was his own fault. We've manufactured it as sense. You know what I mean? We've had chances. Ipswich away, Forest away. I mean, that Bristol City goal, what a killer. You can even say Bolton at home then, going back to that. But I don't know. What time's game finish on Sunday? Worst thing, I know what's going to happen. Other games will have finished and we'll still be playing them. 5 minutes to go.
No, we'll have finished, and other teams will be still playing, and it'll be tight. And
5 minutes to go. If we're both drawing and other schools are going for us and we're safe, I'm sure us and Derby will play out for draw.
not like other year, so one at keepers keep it in their own box again. But you can't always do that, can you? Because you never know.
Well, we took a risk over here doing it because they were still playing at Palace. Palace and Peterborough were still playing. Yeah. There were 3 minutes left, so if Peterborough had scored, we'd have been down. Yeah. So
I think if we stop up, I think we'll say it's a rubbish season, but in theory, if we stop up, it'll be a good season for the simple fact of everything that's happened over the last 2 years or so with club in general, inside club, outside at club. What's happened? There's been changes galore, players wise, new ownership, etc. So I think if we stop up, we can say we've done as best we can and stopped up. Do you know where I'm coming from? I'm trying to word it right, but
if we stop up, it'll be a success. Yeah. Looking at our squad, with players we signed, we had a crap summer thing. All right, we brought someone in January and that. Then we had takeover. Then new manager. Yeah. You'll judge it. Our remit will have been just to stop up, and then kick on next season. Obviously, kick on next season. Yeah. Going down, for me, a lot of saying, it'll not be that bad. I think going down will be a disaster. After, obviously, a promotion 2 years ago, and obviously it's winning Johnston Paints, and then having a good first half at season in 2016, and everything looking rosy in Garden, and then from January 2017, this has been going on, isn't it? Year and a half, so judging on what's gone off, it'll be a success just stopping in this league, because I tell you now, this league's getting harder and harder. It's like another Premier League, you know what I mean? But there's more sides at bottom what you can compete against, so it is like a little mini league. You get what I mean? You've got more chance of stopping up in it. Yeah. Because like the sides at bottom not as good as they used to be. Like Reading's down there now. The parachute payments have all run out. This over your Norwiches, your Birminghams, the bigger clubs, right? They might be able to pay more in wages, but they're not an attraction no more for a lot of players. Like so.
What do you think that maybe means? It's our time then now. At next season, if we stop up, our time to push on and become a successful Championship team. And when I say successful, I mean like stopping up, finishing, in top 10, and then we can move on from there then. But gradually, like owners have said they want it to do as well.
Mid-table will do me next season, you know what I mean? I'd take mid-table now next season and then push on for playoff season after. It's all down to player recruitment, isn't it, now? And we're going to see in summer, obviously, if we stop in this league, we're going to see what these new owners are made of, how much they're going to spend, obviously, wages. Are we going to still use, what's it call it, what we've been using?
Oh, that under 25 policy.
I can't remember the name of it, what it's called. I'm afraid I don't think we can do it in this league. And it's not always going to happen that you're going to find all these gems all the time. And especially we got 2 or 3 at the same time, didn't we? And then we've got a few players. But I'd like to think that your Moncurs, your Potts, will be a lot better for it this season under them. But you don't know, do you? You don't know that. Malinet being given a chance, like we said. There's McGeegan to come back. There's Mowat to come back, but I think we need spine at side needs sorting out straight away. So if we stop up, goalkeeper, centre half, a lot saying we're 8 at centre half. I still think we need a leader at centre half. So I'm going goalkeeper, centre half, a centre midder, and a centre forward, and we pay a bit more for quality. and then build others round it than that. Build your other players round that. And then, but I think mid-table then. Mid-table, we should be a mid-table side.
About Jack Walton for number 1. Can you see him being number 1?
If we stay in Championship, I think we need to sign in an experienced keeper, and Walton will be at number 2. But if we go down, I'd have him as number 1 and stick with him. Stick with him, like, if we're down there tools. I'd like to think if we go down, we come straight back up, like Blackburn. And I know we didn't over year. We had 2 seasons, didn't we? But Wigan and Blackburn have come straight back up. I'd like to think we can. I look at that. I look at it. There's no matters. Obviously, Sunderland, if they get a bit of money, they're going to fancy going straight back up. So it's us and them. You look at other clubs; they're all a muchness. Like, I mean, Portsmouth are hovering under playoffs. Probably Portsmouth at next biggest club, but they're just under playoffs. They don't seem to be going nowhere. Like, the fan base is still good, like 20,000 in that league. But they ain't got. I don't think the side. I think they've learnt the lesson from past, obviously with players.
Yeah.
George has come on now to join us. So I'd like to think we could come straight back up.
Yeah.
If we do go down, then I'd go with Walton as number 1. And this side, what we've got, obviously Yidam's going to go. Back 4, your midfield. Obviously, I'd like to try and sign Gardner, but would he come and play in League One? I'd sign him and make it captain.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've no issue with Bradshaw and Moore up front in League One. Obviously, and Tiam might come good. Probably just sign another or bring one at Youngens through, so you're 3 and 1 at Youngens. You've got your midfield with Potts, Moncur, probably an Odeard just to guide us. Yeah. So it just needs a bit of tweaking if we do go down. Get a leader, like.
I mean, do you think as well if we stop up McBurney as well? I know there's going to be other clubs after him, but could he be one at signings that we can tempt because he's got a good relationship with fans already? He's already one player at year, so could he be tempted to come? I know it's a lot of people might write it off, but it could happen. You know that not every player's motivated by money. Fans love him, so that could always play into our hands.
Well, there's rumours about Leeds being interested. All right, we know they're a bigger club. Fan base wise, this that and over, but they can pay a bit more on wages, obviously. So he's going to think to himself, "Oh, I might be able to get 15 grand there. Barnsley might only give me 10. 5 grand's a lot." I'd like to think this board would tempt him with an offer. And a lot of people let's say, "Oh no, he'll go to somebody higher in the league." Listen, if this board shows some ambition and makes a couple of 2 or 3 stellar signings, and manager, whoever it is, if it's still Maurice or whoever, if somebody else comes in, gives it all spiel right, we're going to push on, we're going to push for top 10 and playoffs. You've got to tell these players what we're going to do, sell it to them, and it might be tempted to think, oh, they're going right way. They've signed him. His ear might turn then and think, oh, he's a right signing. I know, I'm going to go there rather than Leeds.
Because as well, like situation we're in at minute, he's going to be thinking, like you said to me off camera, what the hell am I doing here, probably. So he's not going to want to come if it's same situation, is it, where we're going to be struggling again. He's not going to want to come in that, is he? He's going to want to come, and like you say, if we sign some good players, he'll be thinking, I'll be able to score goals in this team because they'll be able to provide them, set them up.
It only takes 1 or 2 stellar signings to make heads turn, and what I mean by heads turning, all other clubs look at Barnsley, signing him. Look at Barnsley buying him. How can they buy him? What they're doing going there, something's going off. Then McBurney thinks, hey up. Then they sign. That's what I like to think. They need to, board and whoever manager is, have got to sell it to player and tell them what his ambitions are going to be. pushing on into next season. Obviously, if we stop up, obviously it's all this is all just if we go down, it's just totally different, isn't it? Like you go, like I said, we go with what we've got and add 2 or 3, and I think we'll come back up. Yeah. We should come back up. We should have come straight back up over here, and I feel we were mismanaged with the squad what we got, and even when we did come up, I think we should have come up, gone up by promoted, and we scraped it playoffs, didn't we, on last day? Because side what we've got was as good as Wigan, if not better, and who else went up? Oh, Burton got second runners up, didn't they? You know what I mean? But we had a bad run under Johnson, didn't we, and that, and we should never have been scraping up on last day, into playoffs on last day.
I think with that brilliant run that kept us going, wasn't it? We were virtually unstoppable, and I hope we can have them times again, maybe next season in Championship as well. But I'd be happy if we could sign them. But signing, we'll wait. We'll see what happens this summer and see where we are after Sunday, because I don't know, to be fair. I don't know what could happen. I think only thing I can think of, just to be realistic, is that we all three could lose, but I hope that we can win. But it is a tough ask on a derby, so
I'm going to get slagged off now saying I don't think we'll win.
Well, I personally don't think we'll win, because I know that Derby are a good side, but then again, they've got good. They've had a bit of a shaky run, haven't they, lately? They've not been consistent.
They have, but my heart says we'll win 1-0, but my head's saying best we can get a draw, like, and hope.
So your score prediction's 1-0 then?
No, I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1. Who do you reckon will score?
McBurney will sign off with a goal. Last minute to keep us up.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
But just before we go, obviously, because it's last game at season, we'll probably be doing a video, won't we, on Sunday?
Yeah, there will be fan cams, yeah.
Everybody who's going on Sunday, like, get behind, lads, like, sing your hearts out. What will be, that's all we can hope, you know what I mean? It's been one of them seasons. We know it shouldn't have come to this, but if we go down, we go down. It's not end of the world.
We'll still be there, won't we?
We'll still be there, like, obviously we've renewed our season tickets. We'll still be going to Plymouths and bloody Portsmouths and Exeters if they come up like idiots.
Plymouth on a Tuesday night.
Well, I'm not going if it's Tuesday.
You gotta go. Alright then, guys, well, we'll leave it there. As always, let us know in the comments what you think of today's video. And let's just... I mean, it seems to be going right slow as well, doesn't it, up until Sunday? But massive game. If you've got a ticket, make sure that when you get in that ground, you sing, you don't stop, get behind them. And yeah, that's all we can hope for is 3 points. And brilliant. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. See you later. Thank you for watching Tykes TV. Make sure to check out our other videos that are also on the channel. If you like the video, please give us a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss out on our latest videos. All the best. God bless.